Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we set up some arboretums and a temperate tree seed generator to do similar to what we had done a long time ago up here, which was make trees to cut for wood. But we are more primarily doing this to grow some temperate tree seeds. To grow some raw bioresin from those temperate tree seeds and use that to make resin. However, the resin is not something we can use right now because, well, we have to unlock a few more things. It'll primarily go into making the red circuits, or a component of the red circuits, rather, and we'll use that as we can. For those of you who are interested in numbers, or when we can, I should say, for those of you interested in numbers, here's the sort of numbers we have for that setup. We have a little bit of ethanol being made here from using this liquefier, and of course it's making some compost from the fermentation base. And then we have the trees being made 1-to-4 ratio, just like we had built, and that is using a 0.72 of a liquefier to turn those raw bioresins into liquid resin to 2.6667 per second. So it's not a very fast thing, and again, it's just basically a proof of concept. We can make stuff is basically the idea here. And so speaking of making stuff, we can do that twice more, and we will actually in the next couple of episodes do that twice more, once for the swamp and once for the desert. But before we do that, I wanted to actually this is desert and that's swamp, but you get the idea. I wanted to take a break, or take a little detour down another lane, and the reason for the other detour here is because, well, we need another product made before we can do these other two, I think, or maybe at least one of them, if not both of them. And so we've unlocked a few things, and we set those unlocks in the end of the last episode. The fluid burning boiler, which is the end of this game, but also along the way, gas processing and a few other notable things here. I'm pulling up my list. I should have had that open already. Gas processing, gas and oil extraction. Gas and oil extraction. These are kind of hard to find once you already have them. Somewhere in here, there it is right there, gas and oil extraction. We also unlocked nutrient extraction this time, and we also unlocked blue algae growing, which is here, processing rather, and growing too for that matter. Pressure tanks and fluid handling. These are pressure tanks here, and then fluid handling, of course, is somewhere here. I just saw it too. Ah, there it is. Fluid handling. And these are all kind of prerequisites to get us down to this nutrient extraction. You can kind of see them all here in this list. And the reason we need a nutrient extraction is because... Oh, should have kept it open, Wally. Should have kept it open. Yeah, I just wanted to go to a different spot, but I wanted to keep it open. Is to, well, make the nutrient extractors, of course, but to be able to turn beans and corn and leaves and nuts and pips and fruit, if we had it, into nutrient pulp, and then to take that nutrient pulp and turn it into fuel oil in one of 3 recipes. One of those is fuel oil with acetone gas and synthesis gas. Another one is fuel oil with water, and the last one is fuel oil, or sorry, it's not fuel oil at all, but it's acetone, ethanol, and butane. And so we can use these products a few different ways, the acetone being a notable one, which we'll talk about in the next episode, I think. But for today, we're going to make the nutrient pulp, and then we're going to turn that nutrient pulp into fuel oil and water, and that will just give us enough to kind of... to burn, basically. That's the only use for fuel oil as I know it right now. It has 1 megajoule per unit of fuel oil, but we're making 60 per second, so that's pretty good. We're just going to, again, like I said, do a proof of concept of this, though, so it's not going to be a full setup. So I also built another design here, which is the nutrient pulp design. I have used this button to reverse the arrangement of this so that its ingredient is where you set the quantities, and then the output will tell you what you have output in surplus. So we have all but one, I think, of the vegetables, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, going or plants or whatever you call it. I guess they're vegetables or something's seeds, things like that. Going into processing, of course, we have the processing going on here. I set them all at 1, and the reason I set them all at 1 is because back here we're only making 1 point something of each one, and some of them are as low as 1. So I didn't want to have more than one of each allocated, although some of these could get used a little bit more, and we'll be fine with that. So 8 of the nine things, I think the one we're leaving out is TN10, because that one makes only plant fiber. And we need to use those to make nutrient pulp. We're going to make just over 56 nutrient pulp. We're going to have a little bit of cellulose fiber left over, which I think we already may have. No, I don't think we have accommodated for that yet. And the crystal dust. If you recall, one of the products, the items outputs crystal dust as a byproduct. So we're going to have a couple of byproducts from the bioprocessors, and then we'll have all of these, and we'll run those all into an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nutrient extractors for the 5 products. Leaves will get 2, and we'll just run those into the nutrient extractors and make some of the nutrient pulp, and then we can turn that nutrient pulp into fuel oil. So let's do this, and we'll just do a little bit wider, starting right about here, because we're going to need a little bit more space here. And then I want to just bring all of these down in some semblance of order. We'll start with nutrient extractors. We'll start with the corn, because we already know about corn. We already have corn. And I'm going to kind of offset these a little bit, I think. Yeah, I think so. We're going to put one there. That'll be for corn. I got to find it. And then we can have TN10. Nope. We can have leaves, and then there's our byproduct cellulose fiber. So we'll want to make sure we deal with that. But the leaves we can deal with, and I actually want to maybe change these as we go. Yeah, I think I want to change these, all of these as we go too, because I want to move them over one space, and then do this kind of like that, and then I can do more power right there exactly. And the ones that have 2 outputs are going to be a little bit more work to figure out, but we'll figure those out as we go. I should have done. Let's see, don't need that there. This one here I want to turn, and I want to merge them in, but I want to merge them in with a left priority output, red flag, and in this case I want... Do I care? I don't think I actually care here. These both just have single output. Yeah, then I don't care. And we'll take this like that, put that in there like that. And that way we can load onto both sides of the belt evenly, because it will probably cause us problems later. And then we're going to split this here, and we're going to run this one straight into there, and we'll have a couple of those, these here like this, and G-flip like that, and those will run into that, of course. I'm going to need some more inserters. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to skip this one, because this is TN10, and we don't need that. We need leaves here. We need to deal with the cellulose fiber output. But I want to go ahead and take this group of stuffs and just put it right there for now. And then this is going to be beans. We'll take care of beans. And then this one here is nuts and, pips and crystal dust. We're going to take that one too. And for the crystal dust, we'll have a different output, I think. Maybe I'll put it on the side or something. This is just nuts. We'll take that one. Oh, nuts. And that is beans again. And then we have leaves and nuts here. And I think we'll do those also in a different way, somewhat. And I guess you need an output or another power pole here. And you need another power pole here. There we go. That covers pretty nicely. And you need one too. I forgot about you. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what order we put these in. I guess I could start just from the beginning here with... Oh, I need to set these as filters. I almost screwed this up. Did I make any filter? I did not. Okay, make a couple of these. Put those there. And then I want to do... Can I just do like that, or will you do crazy? Oh, you're not going to do crazy. Okay, good. We need to set these to leaves, right? Right, leaves. The green stuff. This makes all of these things here, these 5 as 6. There's another one there, of course. Set... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. X. Flip. There we go. Not that. And then I think I can take this and put it down here. Yeah. I have a lot of stuff in my inventory to take care of, but we'll deal with that later. And the other one that had a filter is going to be this one. Yeah, this one here. All right, so let's take all that out too. We're going to put those down. And And then we'll just set this filter manually to pips. Actually, there's one more, maybe? Either way, we'll get it. Pips. This one is single. This one is single. Oh, actually, I think that might be it. Yeah, we're okay. Because we caught the fiber there and then the crystal dust down there someplace. And we have crystal dust there and... oh, you also output nuts. Right. Okay, so let's do... it doesn't really matter, but we can go ahead and do leaves next. I want to do like this. And then put these into another belt right here. No. 2 spaces, because remember, we're going to have a one of these right there. Do I care which one of these has priority? Maybe. I might want this one to have priority, simply because... Oh, no, it has output. The leaves both have shared output, so it doesn't matter. I don't care which one's priority. These will go down, and we'll deal with them in a little bit. Then we also have beans here. We can do that. 1 and 2, and this, that, and that. And the beans were also down here. 1 there, that's fine. You go like this. I guess I probably should have put the leaves furthest out, then I wouldn't have to do as much crossing. Do I care at this point? Maybe I should. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to care. I'm going to take all this out. And that means a big mess to clean up, but that's okay. All that comes out. So leaves will be the furthest out, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Give a couple spaces. 5 or 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should be here for leaves. Leaves should be there. And then beans should be here. And then nuts. Actually, nuts are coming from this one down here, too. So I guess it doesn't help me much, but we'll do it anyway. And then that there. And then leaves will come back out to here again. And then this is beans going there. Yeah, that might be better. It might end up better. We'll see. So you can come out first because you're going the furthest. Then this one, then this one. But you're actually going to turn there because we're going to have these coming in also off the side of that one. This could do either direction then, or either underground or over, whichever one we want. That's fine. These will merge in there. And this one I think I'm going to actually want to have input priority from the right, because it's going to grab from this end. Let's do it like this, maybe. And I don't need that then. And this should actually also be nuts. I did it again. G. There we go. And not that. All right. And then this can come kind of out and around. That'll work. That'll work all right. Then we also have this one, which is going to have the crystal dust. We'll have to deal with that. Let's take this thing so I don't screw myself up again and again and again. And just make one of these down here with the crystal dust. I'm going to define that. Crystal dust. And let's do it this way, actually. Crystal dust. That'll go up there. And then who else has a secondary output? This one? Yes, perfect. And then we'll do that, and that's plant fiber. Am I out of those already? I am. There we go. Plant fiber. Cellulose fiber. That's what it's called. I think that'll end up better. These will, this one, as well as the crystal dust, will have to go out further. But that's because they're going to actually be returning maybe in a different direction or in a different way anyway. For you might as well do something like this, because I think that makes the most sense. For the beans, no, actually, you're going to stop there, because we got to have another one of these in. Find the one that I have. Probably would have been easier just to make it again, or copy it again, I should say. Pull this back to there. This can come forward. Wait, what's that one supposed to be? Oh, these right here. Wow, Wally, you're losing it. There. Like this. You can continue. This one will go like this, but actually it needs to be yellow. All the way out to there. You, here, there, there. This goes there. Continues along. I don't know if this is neater or not, but we'll be fine either way. This can continue on. That's all 5 of the of these products. Some of them will be stopped, backed up. And I did set that priority on the nuts, because that's the only one that's a byproduct. That's one of these main ingredients. And if we want to get the leaves flowing, I want to make sure that those get priority. Since this is just a main product there. We'll fix the power in a little while. So this is fine. Then the next one is whatever this color is, but we only have one of those. Remember, the only one we have 2 of is leaves, is the green. So that's good. This is going to be hips. And then we have, I gotta turn these, I think. Yeah, I gotta turn them all that way. Then we have nuts. We don't have fruits. And then we can go with beans. I can see the little symbols on there. They're just hard to see. And then we have 2 of these making, or taking from that. I'm probably gonna need a little bit more landfill right here. So let's take that. This one I'm going to bring in, and I want to make sure that it goes right there, just like this one. We'll just do this, that, and this. So I need power poles too. Let's not forget power poles, lest we forget. Let's go there. Can I come all the way down here? No, I could go there though. Okay, you convinced me. That's actually pretty good. Then we can just turn and run these in like so. Turn in like so. And then finally, this one will split here and go into there. And I don't have any belts. It's okay. We don't need a whole lot more. That'll be fine. All right, so this will just unify itself into a pipe of the nutrient pulp. I could put that into a box, but I'm not gonna. And then from there, we just need one thing. And that is a gas refinery. We have that process here. This will take 37.5 of that 56 that we're capable of making, or we're actually capable of making a little bit more. 20 and to make 22.5 fuel oil in a single gas refinery. That's why there's one here. That's why I made this much, because I made one, and that needs a little bit of, or that outputs a little bit of water. So we can find out what we want to do with that water. We could probably just sink it, but if we wanted to do something else with it, we could do that too. Let's put the gas refinery down here near the end, maybe even at the end, and we'll make just the nutrient pulp to fuel oil and water. And a little bit more landfill here. And a little bit of power here too. And we'll need to output that water someplace. I think what I'll fuel oil at 41, 20, 30. Nice. I think actually what I'll do is just take that water up here. Of course, I'm in line with that. Then in that case, I will take it differently. I'll take it here instead. Yeah. And I'm just going to put it into this line right here. And wherever that pipe's coming from, which is up here, I can just... let's see, what do I want to do this at? I can put in a valve here. Maybe just like right in here someplace. Here someplace. Where I just do... make this a top-up valve. Top-up valve. I don't have any made. So, alternatively, we could sink the water. Just put it into a clarifying pool. Right? Is that the name? Clarifier. There we are. And we would be fine there too, but I like doing things like this when we can. And then this is just burned. And in order to burn that, we need to have one new thing, which is a fluid burning boiler. I did make, I'll show you that here in just a second, but the fluid burning boiler consumes 90 of water. So we actually have to hook the water up to this too. Consumes 90 water, and consumes 5.4 megawatts of fluid to make 90 steam at 315 degrees. So these, of course, will use that 315, and we need 3 of them because they each consume 30. So we'll do this, and then I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to put some more landfill down here just so we can get these 3 guys in here. Ah, no. Cancel. Oopsie. I have them here. Don't need to make them. Nearly there. Nearly there. And then they just need power, of course. Maybe there. And there. Actually, that's probably fine. Then there. And then we just need to run a pipe directly from here into there. And we have another power source. Now, this is not enough, as mentioned, to consume all of the fuel oil that we'll make here. It's also because this is only going to consume up to 5.4 per second because it's 5.4 megawatts, which is 5.4 megajoules per second. It's only going to consume 5.4, and we're capable of making 22.5. So that is technically a little over 4 boilers, but as we continue progression here, we're not going to use everything. We're not going to necessarily have that much nutrient pulp to make into that much fuel oil, to make into that much of this. And again, this is just a proof of concept. So this is one thing we can do with all of these is create a way for them to output all of their extra stuff here. And we can ramp these up, of course. If you recall, we have a plan for making... these only make 1, and they use 0.3. We can have up to 30 farms of any type with just 1 seed extractor. So if we did that, then we could have, of course, a lot more going on here. But this will serve for right now as like I said, a proof of concept, and it gets us to the point where we can be happy. I need to get rid of the crystal dust, which means running a belt all the way up here and dropping it off into this area where it's being used already. You can see this is a big friggin' mess here, though. So why is that a big friggin' mess here? What are we short on? Are we overflowing on? Oh, we're not making any, not using any metal right now. So we're not using any of the mineral sludge, so this is completely backed up and frozen. But the crystal dust, we can take that way instead, maybe. And then finally, the excess plant fiber here, we could take that up and we could dump that off maybe here at paper. That's one option. We could just compost it. For all that there is, we could just compost it into nothing. There's options with it. For right now, I'm going to put it up into paper, and we'll just maybe disconnect this belt here. So I'm going to have that one, wherever it is, I forgot now. This one here, come over this way and up and into paper. And then this crystal one here will go up in this way and into here. But I'm not going to do that on camera just because, well, we're at 20 minutes, and I need to go get some belts from the mall, and there's a lot of things to do between now and then. So I'm going to put blue algae, gas and oil extraction, and gas processing on the list for later, even though we use gas processing for one thing here. If you saw, there are a few other things we can do with it here in Petrochem. And also these 3 recipes, of course, the other 2 we haven't used yet, but we'll use at least one of them soon. I'm going to put them on the list for later when we get into Petrochem, because we'll need to obviously work on the blue algae, and then from there, these other 2 things. So we will do that in the future, but also next time, we'll be back and working on rubber here from the swamp, I think. All the swamp goods. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.